This KFAN podcast is sponsored by Builders and Remodelers, exclusive Twin Cities provider of Elements Windows. Get the highest quality windows at unmatchable value. Visit buildersandremodelers.com for more details. And
head to the Vikings-Bengals game this Sunday. Come find our street team on the plaza outside of U.S. Bank Stadium and ask us how you can enter for your shot at Papa Murphy's Game Day Meal Deal for a year. Check out KFAN.com keyword calendar for all the details.
Sorry about not reacting in the negatrometer. I just thought maybe you didn't hear the bit. Thought it was kind of fun.
No, I knew it was it, yeah.
Yeah.
Shot at meat sauce.
Sorry about that.
Oh, it's okay.
You want to do the negatrometer again?
No, it's all right.
But you're going to hit it real quick, and I'll do it. Bill Guerin, I think they're going to win the Stanley Cup. They're going to win multiple Stanley Cups. And then Bill Guerin's going to do like the, who's the guy that left the Florida Panthers and went to the Wolves? Caldwell? I think that's his name. And then Bill Guerin will leave the Wild and go to the Minnesota Twins and bring them to a World Series championships. Okay, time now for 5, 3, 4.
time now for 5 questions. Well, actually 3, but 5 sounds like more than 4.
It does sound like more.
Question number 1. It's time now for a look at the Lynx.
Yeah, down by 14 points after 3 quarters. The Lynx rallied for a 75-74 win over the Golden State Valkyries last night in San Jose. The Lynx are the first team to advance to the WNBA semifinals. Kayla McBride scored 8 points in the fourth quarter. Nafisa Collier added 6. And the defense held Golden State to just 11 points in that final quarter. The Lynx will now host the winner of Phoenix and New York. The winner of that one, that'll be Sunday at Target Center for Game 1 of the semis. The Mercury and Liberty, by the way, play Game 3 tomorrow night. Common, your thoughts on last night's epic comeback?
Well, the WNBA now is following in the footsteps of their NBA brethren, where when they're playing a terrible team in a terrible city with terrible fans in a terrible stadium, they coast through the first 3 quarters, and then they go, well, I guess we should probably try to play now a little bit. That's what it sounds like happened to me. I didn't see any of the game, but that's my assumption. My guess is the Valkyries, was like they were in the locker room and they said, let's not go down without a fight. Let's show them what Valkyrie basketball is all about. We found out it's okay.
Is it Valkyries or Valkyries?
That's too controversial.
Falcons.
Yeah, that's too controversial for me. I don't know if I want to tackle that right now. We're in enough trouble as it is. So, yeah, good for the Lynx. And, next up, we take it one at a time, Tenneby. Take the Liberty next. Not a problem.
Well, I don't know if it's going to be the Liberty. Could be Phoenix.
Whoever it is, it doesn't matter. I think it's going to be the Liberty. I'm going to go out on a limb and I'm going to say the Liberty win tonight or whenever they play.
Yeah, they play tomorrow night. Phoenix steamrolled them in Game 2, so should be an interesting Game 3 there.
All right.
Question number 2. It's time now for What's Your Rank?
Rock rank.
Bill Barnwell at ESPN ranked the 10 0-2 NFL teams in order of who has the most hope for the rest of the season to get to the playoffs. He's got the Kansas City Chiefs at number 1, Texans at 2, Bears at 3, Dolphins at 4, Giants at 5, Jets at 6, Panthers at 7, Titans at 8, Saints at 9, and then the Cleveland Browns at number 10. Common, do you agree with his ranking of the 0-2 NFL teams?
Did I read this right, that the Thursday night game has always been locked in throughout the entire season? Is this the first year that later in the year they're going to be able to flex those? That's what I thought I heard, or did I dream that or make that up? Because I bet Amazon Prime, wishes they could flex tonight. It's Dolphins and Bills.
I feel like you shouldn't be able to flex Thursday games.
Well, I thought I may
right, like you might have a schedule for a Sunday game, and then all of a sudden a week before, you're going to play it Thursday now.
Well, I'm just saying, that's what I thought I heard. And I don't know if it's true. Like I say, I may have made it up, and I would tend to agree with you, but I just don't even know if it's true. Maybe maybe one of our NFL.
If it is true, I'm disagreeing with it, I guess.
Okay. Yeah. Well, you know what? I think I tend to agree with your disagreement of the National Football League. Yeah, I'm in agreement with that the Chiefs would be number 1 and whoever he had number 2, because here's what I'll tell you. That's why you and I do the bit all the time about, Teams that go 0-2 in the National Football League, only 12% of those teams make postseason play. Almost like, and the way it's wrote, it's almost like, wow, isn't that weird?
It looks like for Thursday Night Football, they can do it between weeks 14 and 16.
Yeah.
That seems wrong.
Well,
I don't like it.
Well, if the players' union agreed and the television networks agree, I mean...
It's all about the money.
Well, yeah, would you rather watch Dolphins-Bills late in the season when the Dolphins have won 2 games and the Bills are undefeated? Or would you rather watch Packers-Lions in a game that means something? I'm all for it. Sorry.
I'd rather have no Thursday Night Football to begin with.
Well,
I like them all on Sunday than one Monday night game.
I'm with you, but I would still rather see an interesting game on a Thursday night than a blowout. Now, and so you and I always joke about that, 12% of the teams that start 0-2 only make the playoffs. And the way it's always reported in Rit Rat Road is almost like, wow, what a coincidence. Isn't that weird? Well, no, the reason is because those teams are bad. And as a matter of fact, tend to be, other than Kansas City, who did Barnwell say was the team with the next best chance?
After the Chiefs?
Yeah.
The Texans.
Okay, the Texans. Then who comes after that?
The Bears.
From the Bears on, you read the rest of those teams. The Bears, those are all bad teams. That's why they're 0-2.
Correct.
So, of course, they're not going to make the play. So, those will be the 80% that don't make the playoffs, and the Chiefs and the Texans will be the 12% that does. It's not that hard to figure out. This league.
Brilliant.
Thank you.
Question number 3. It's time now for multiple choice.
Rock rank.
All right, Common. Which NFL headline from ESPN.com today would you most likely click on? Would it be A, Commanders given final approval for DC return? B, Ben Johnson, I'm not giving, quote, trade secrets to Brady. C, Cards Murray sorry for post with Vic jersey, dog. Or D, Cardi B, Stephon Diggs are expecting a child.
I saw the Cardi B. You know how I saw that? I check people.com twice a day. What's the one about his shirt? See, I'd click on that one because I don't even get that. What was that now? T-shirt?
Kyler Murray sorry for... So he posted a picture of him in like a Virginia Tech Michael Vick jersey.
Oh.
And then he had a pit bull with him. So then people were all offended.
Yeah, I don't think he meant anything by that. I think people just get so, Or he
had a bulldog.
Yeah.
He had 2 bulldogs.
I don't think he meant anything about it. Obviously, people probably remember that Vic was, he spent time behind bars, I think, if I'm not mistaken, for, dog fighting. He was part of a dog fighting ring. I don't think that's what.
We live in a world now where people have to apologize for everything. I was thinking the same thing. Like, I even looked at Kyler Murray's age when that incident happened. He was 10 years old.
Yeah.
Like, he probably wasn't following the story. I'm sure he heard of it, but he wasn't. When you're 10, you don't know the story that's going on. You don't know the gravity of the story. Like, I'm sure, our remembrance of Michael Vick and the dogfighting issue is much different than what Kyler has, and I'm sure there was zero intent, and he shouldn't have to apologize for it. He just took a picture.
You and I are in the same.
Now, if he had the dogs acting out a fight while wearing the Michael Vick jersey, like a video of it, that's a little different.
You and I are on the same page there. We're on polar opposites on Thursday Night Football flexing.
Should we argue about it? You're in a different camp?
I want to eat.
All right, we got one more question.
Only one?
Question number 3.
Go Vikings, let's win this game. You'll hear us yell for more.
It's now time to take an in-depth look at the state of the Skull.
On a scale of 1 to 10, with 10 being Muhammad Ali and 1 being Terrified Tenna, what is your level of confidence in Carson Wentz? Not only this week, but over the next couple weeks.
It's closer to Terrified Tenna.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say it's my teeth aren't chattering.
It's not a code red.
No, but I have there's cause for concern. His NFL journey is well documented. 2nd pick overall. Played at Grand Junction State in Colorado. Had a great collegiate career there for the gold miners. He, I think his rookie year was just all right. And 2nd year, he was on his way to an MVP award.
Yeah.
By all accounts, he was hurt. Nicky Foles took over. Nicky Foles led the Eagles to a victory in the big game here at U.S. Bank Stadium. As a matter of fact, do you remember that we were in that we were in the playoffs, and at the time, no team had ever hosted a big game. I mean, it's not, no team gets to host it. It would just be by coincidence if you're like U.S. Bank Stadium was hosting the big game that year. And the Vikings were in the playoffs. And if you remember, the slogan became, bring it home. We all got excited about it. I think KFAN Pro Shop even did a T-shirt, bring it home. Of course, after we lost to the Eagles, it became watch from home. But if you remember that game, we weren't that far out of it. I mean, all we needed was a touchdown, 2-point conversion, and an onside kick. A touchdown, a 2-point conversion, and an onside kick. A touchdown, 2-point conversion, and an onside. What was your question? Oh, Wentz.
Scale of 1 to 10, confidence level in Carson Wentz.
Well, a guy who's about to start for his 6th NFL team in 6 seasons, that doesn't give you a lot of confidence. So, at least he can read a defense, and hopefully he won't fumble an attempted pitch. Hopefully he won't bounce passes in front of Justin Jefferson and Salem over Naylor by 5-10 yards. So I think he'll be fine. But yeah, think about this. We had no interest in Carson Wentz, and nor did any other team in the National Football League until we ran into trouble because we saw Sammy Howell was more like Thurston Howell. And so we knew we couldn't count on him, and we didn't like the other guy. So we said, wow, if we get an injury, we got to have some. And we like Max, but they didn't want to throw Max into the because he's only got one major college football season under his belt. So they wanted to bring somebody who at least has seen a National Football League rush before, and so we signed him. So I don't think there can be a lot of confidence from the Vikings. They'll tell you differently. O'Connell's going to tell us he looked great in practice. He's got a handle of the playbook, and we really feel confident in Carson. No, you don't. Because if you did, you would have had him on the roster a long time ago. So, yeah, I don't think he's going to melt down under the pressure, but he'll probably throw a couple of picks, probably throw a couple of tutties, and I would hope the Vikings would win, but, Bungles are a pretty good club, though without Burrow, it kind of evens the score, I think.
And that's it for today's edition of 5 Questions. Well, actually, 3 questions, but 5 sounds like more than 4.
Before 534, we heard from Billy Guerin. Billy talking about, he was focusing at the beginning. We only had about 10 minutes of his 25-minute news conference. That was focused on Kirill Kaprizov. Will he stay or will he go? Kirill spoke to the media today, too. We have a 4-minute little chunk of audio. We'll play that for you on the other side of the break here on the Common Man program on The Fan.
The power trip is headed back to the island. Join the guys at Treasure Island September 18th and 19th for 2 shows in parlay, full of games, tons of laughs, and great prizes, including 2 trips to Las Vegas with the show in October. Use the promo code KFAN when you book your stay to save 20%. Get the full details now at KFAN.com. Keyword calendar.
This text message came in while we were delivering the 534 segment. It says, can we flex Rock Rank to Thursdays? Call a vote so we can get back to Rock Rank. I love when people get the bit. I just love that. Why do I like that open so much?
Because it's so bad. It's so bad. It's good.
Maybe that's what it is.
Yeah.
It's like you say Rock Rank. You say it, I think it's 4 times.
Well, the funny thing is I had Zach, he did like 12 different versions of the Rock Rank when he sent it to me, but they weren't exactly what I was looking for.
Right.
Maybe I didn't explain it well enough.
I bet you think Brussels sprouts you've never even tried a Brussels sprout in your life, have you?
Just the smell of them disgusts me.
Yeah, sorry, I heated them up in the kitchen. I knew that. My wife even said, you can't heat those up. I said, there's nobody here anymore half the time. So what I did was I heated them in the microwave, and then I really quickly put the plastic cover back on the glass dish. But then I went back out there to rinse my lettuce, and I could smell it. Now, J.G. was out there talking with Colt from KDWB, and they didn't say anything, but you could smell it. It was bad. Yeah.
Oh, they ripped you behind your back probably after you left.
Well, I don't know if they knew it was me for sure, but, who else would it be? Lunch at 1, so, yeah. I just love Brussels sprouts. You know what the trick is? When you cut them in half and bake them on a baking sheet, you tip them upside down. So the inside that's been cut, not the outer core, but the inside is on the pan. Cooking with Common is what we call that.
You and Rosen should do your own cooking podcast
I think we
together.
really should. Maybe me and Tanya Roberts. Although I think she passed away. Did Tanya Roberts pass away? I think she did. I used to do commercials with her for timeshares in Las Vegas. Roseanne Barr was a part of that, too. Oh, we laughed. It was so much fun.
Yeah, she died in 2021.
Yeah. Kirill Kaprizov is in town. The boys are back in town. Hockey starts. The team has started training camp yesterday. Their first preseason game is Sunday. We heard from Billy Guerin a little earlier, and he says, I'm not going to tell you anything. Is basically what he said. And everything's fine.
Which is rare for him.
Yeah, and then he said everything's fine.
He used to, yeah.
He just kept saying everything's fine, which sometimes when people say everything's fine, it's really not. But obviously, at the crux of it is they offered Kirill a 8-year, $28 million contract extension. They have turned that down to this point. We don't know if that's just looking for more money. Does he really want to see if the team is going to win? Kirill apparently, and then that's what with Guerin. Then Kirill talked to the media too, and we have was it run about 4 minutes?
4 minutes, yeah.
So let's listen to Kirill Kaprizov from earlier today.
My agent talked with Billy and the team, and it's not my job right now, and I just want to be focused, how I'd say, and be ready for the season and keep playing, and that's it.
What was your reaction, Crow, when that news came out about you turning down the offer, and is it true?
I don't know who is it say, and it's I don't know, probably maybe your guys' job. I don't know, but I don't know. I tried on watching news. That's it.
Is there a
just
point,
try
is there
to
a
be
point where you have to
focused.
get more involved if you want?
Sorry?
Is there a point where you have to get more involved in this?
What is
if you
it,
want to get in the negotiations, or do you just want to not be part of the negotiations at all?
Sorry, one more time.
So is there a point where you might have to
Appointment?
get more?
What?
Is there a point? Is there a time where you might have to get involved in this if you want a different outcome than what your agent is?
I'll just focus right now. Is how I'd say. It's just sorry.
What are the
Crow,
vibes heading into?
Do you want to stay here?
Yeah, you guys know I like Mini, and everyone knows this, and it's we have a lot of time. It's just 2025, and it's one more year I have, and I just want to play in hockey and focus and win some games and go in playoffs and one there, and just focus on this now.
Do you know in your mind what it will take for you to stay? Like what you want in terms of a contract? Do you know that yet, or does your agent know that yet and can tell the Wild this is how long, how much money, what you need to stay? Do they know that? Do you?
What I need?
Yeah, what you need from a contract to sign it and stay here.
I don't know. I can't say you guys now. I just we'll see. We have a lot of time right now, seriously, and I just it's maybe so many stuff is going on now, and it's how I'd say. I just want to be practicing and go in the season, just enjoying hockey and with the boys, win some games, and just enjoy this time, and that's it.
What is the expectation for the team heading into this year? There's a couple additions, but it's returning a lot of the same group, and I mean, is reasonable to expect you to start the same way you guys did last year after that?
I hope so. Yeah, it was a good start. Yeah, and what do you say? Like if
the expectation, like how do you feel heading into the year as a team as a whole in general?
Like our team?
Yeah.
I think everyone is come back. It's just a couple guys out, and I hope everyone come back soon. And Zuki and Brot, and we all healthy and just going this season. Yeah, last year was good. In the early season, half a year for sure, and we hope we can start same and don't play just half a year like this all season and go in playoff.
Watching all the videos of you training, it feels like you definitely look 100%. I mean, is that fair?
Yeah, I'm 100%. Of course.
So all the injuries from last year, they're kind of behind you?
Yeah, all good.
Do you worry about, going into a season without, this is obviously a lot of money. If you get hurt again, do you feel like that's a risk to not sign this deal now?
I don't think about if I hurt or not. I just want to be healthy and play all year.
Yeah.
So you're 100%. This is the year you go for 50.
This year?
The season, if you're 100%.
Oh, 50 goals, you mean?
Yeah.
Oh, I think you mean 50 points. I'm like, oh, like.
Year. So is this the year?
Yeah, I hope so. Yeah, we'll see. I don't know. I just.
He just wants to play hockey.
Stay healthy and should be everything.
Play hooky. And what he and I have in common is he likes to play hooky and I like to play hooky. Okay, I'll send that to rewrite and have them punch it up. He just likes to play hooky.
Hooky.
Hooky. Hooky. He's a lot like Bill Guerin. He doesn't have anything to say either. No one's saying a word. And I guess I don't blame him. It's controversial. I don't know what to think. I really don't.
Well, if we did not have the language barrier we did, right? If that was someone from Minnesota who spoke English and just gave us that press conference, I'd be like, that player's gone. Just, he was just basically like, I'm just dismissing all contract stuff right now, and I'm just concerned about having a good season. And just referencing being in Minnesota this year, not saying anything about the future. So,
well, and that is, I've had a couple of sorry about that. I've had a couple of text messages that seem to agree with you, Teneby. There was one here. Where the heck did that go? Well, anyway, it was basically said, here it is. Very simple. Just basically says, I've never been more convinced that Kirill is not returning to the club. So, we'll see. He's got another year. What's everybody worried about? Relax. I forgot to mention this when I've teased what's coming up in the show. We have Spread Swing.
Yes.
Rosen will enter the studio next, and then Deuce joins us, and it'll be time for Spread Swing right here on the Fan.
Hey, Rubes, this football season, Bell Bank is giving one KFAN listener each week $1,000 to pay it forward to a charity of their choice. Just head over to KFAN.com, keyword contest to learn more and enter today. That's KFAN.com, keyword contest.
Couple 13-14 past, Common Man program. It's a Thursday afternoon, just past 1:30, and that, of course, means it's time for
Spread Swing.
And as we welcome my firstborn, hold on, there we go, Deuce on the Connecticut Water Systems Hotline, I was really disappointed. Mark Rosen came in here and said he really didn't care that much about Spread Swing, hadn't taken a look at the
You've got
games
to be kidding me.
I said, I'm very disappointed in you, and now he's changed his tune. He says he's locked in. But before he came, he actually said, this is the most, sources tell me this is the most listened to segment in all of radio.
I love it. And by the way, if you want me to start telling tall tales, maybe I should tell everybody off air how many times you tell me, I guess you say it on the air, too, that you never, ever watch sports.
Well, yeah, I don't.
I mean, that's true. So all the stuff you talk about. So no, I'm excited about it. I like competing against Deuce.
Yeah. Deuce, you there?
Yeah, I'm here. This is everything to me. I wouldn't miss it for the world.
Yeah, see,
I'm like Rosie.
it means everything. Well, because here's the deal, Deuce. You're still young, fun, hip now. Within while you have the world's your oyster. Your life's ahead of you. Guys like Rosen and like Rosen and myself, we have more days behind us than ahead of us, and it's harder for us to get as excited about things like this.
We got nothing on the line for it. There's just kind of pride, I guess.
Well, maybe we put a little
money. Some money on it?
You want to put some money on this?
We're going to do a punishment for whoever gets last?
No, I'm not doing that bit.
I'll do this for the entire season. I'd go $10. That's a lot of money for me. I've never made a $10 bet with anybody.
Well, one of these days
I can do about $10.
Yeah, we could all do a 10. Should we do a 10 spot, each one of us?
Sure.
Well, if I'm going to do a 10 spot, then I don't want to get yelled at if I snipe you on Detroit.
Oh, well, then forget it then.
I got to start playing to win.
Well, it's only $10. I mean, for the bid. I mean, if you lose to me, how about this?
$4.
How about this? We'll make it $10. If I win, you don't have to pay me $10, and I'll even give you $10.
Oh, that sounds like a great deal. Yeah, that sounds great.
That's a good deal.
Are we ready?
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah, you want to go off? Should we go over the standings? Our current standings. So going into last week, Rosen, you were in the lead with 12 points. I was in second with 4.5. Common, you were in third with -2.5, and Deuce was in last place with -13.5.
Pick it up where he left.
Mid-season 4.
So we'll begin with you, Deuce. You had Indianapolis plus 1.5 against Denver, and they won the game by 1 point.
Oh, there you go.
So you actually gained 2.5 points. Ooh. Your other matchup, you had New Orleans plus 3 against San Fran. They only lost by 5, so you lost 2 points. But overall in the week, Deuce gained 0.5 point, which in his history of his spreads, that's like one of the best weeks he's ever had.
That's a generational week for me. I'm very pleased.
Deuce, you are at minus 13 as we head into week 3. Common, you were in third place. You had the biggest movement of the season so far with your Detroit minus 6 versus Chicago, and they won by 31.
How good? Let me just say this: the Roar has indeed been restored.
So you gained 25 points there. Unfortunately, you gave a lot of it back in your second. You had Pittsburgh minus 3 against Seattle. Unfortunately, their kick returner didn't know that he can't just touch the ball and let it go into the end zone.
How about this? You still on the team, Caleb Johnson?
Well, I mean, they used a lot of draft capital for him, so they should probably keep him.
But yeah, that's too bad.
If they want to get rid of him, I'd take him in a heartbeat here.
I would too.
But they lost by 14, so you lost 17 points. But for the week, you gained 8 points.
There we go.
You're now back in black, and you're at 5.5 points. I entered in second place. I had the 2 Monday night games. I had Tampa Bay plus 2.5 against Houston. Baker Mayfield rallied them for a last-second touchdown there. So they won the game by 1. So I gained 3.5 there. I also had the Chargers minus 3 against Vegas. They won by 11, and I gained 8 there. So I am up at 16 points. And Rosen, you were in first place. You are not anymore.
Yeah.
You had a couple minor losses.
Yeah, nothing too big.
Yeah, Dallas minus 5.5 against the Giants. They won by 3, but you still lost 2.5 points.
Right.
You had Kansas City plus 1 against Philly. They lost by 3, so you lost 2 there. So for the week, you lost 4.5. You're now back to 7.5. So I'm in the. I'm in the lead with 16. Rosen, you're in second with 7.5. But Common has a message for you.
Objects in your mirror may be closer than they appear.
Indeed.
Common's at third with 5.5 and just 2 points back of Rosie.
Who's in last place?
Deuce is in last at minus 13. So Deuce, you're in your normal 1 spot. Common's going second. Rosen, you're going third. I'm going last.
Deuce, how about this? We'll bet rent for the month. Wait, you don't pay rent. Pay rent for the month that you never get out of you'll never get out of the negative.
No, I'll never make it out of 13-14 insane line.
I don't think you'll never make it out of the negatives. I think you won't have any positive points at all this year. You're going to stay negative all year. Oh, it's so much fun.
That's going to change. We'll see, old timer. You just wait. Did the music go? Am I up?
You're done.
You're up, dude.
Yeah, you're up.
I don't think he for some reason
can't hear the music.
He couldn't hear it last week either.
Yeah. I don't know what's up with that because I could hear the intro spread swing like at the very beginning when Dad says it's time for it, but I can't hear the song. But music or none, I'm making the turn this week. And I'm no football expert. I'm no Ben Lieber. I'm no Ron Johnson. I'm no meat sauce. But I think tonight's game is one of the biggest mismatches we'll see in the National Football League this season. It's a lot of points to give up, but the Miami Dolphins are so bad. Not only will they not score a touchdown, not only will they not cross the 50-yard line, I don't think they'll pick up a first down.
I've not heard that before.
11 points.
Now say they're a terrible team with terrible cheerleaders, terrible stadium, terrible uniforms.
Everything's terrible. We recycle bits here, and I feel like I went with the Bills a fair amount last year, so I guess I'm recycling picks. They're playing in front of Bills Mafia over in Orchard Park, and the Bills are going to roll over the Dolphins by 3 or 4 touchdowns.
That's a lot of points,
man. Buffalo minus 11.
Now we know why you're minus 13.
I wouldn't disagree with that. It might be 40-0.
If they win 39, if they win by 39, I don't think anyone would be surprised. But
this is a great pick.
Spread swing.
Am I up next?
It's you.
Rosen, it's funny, when the Kitties absolutely destroyed the Bears, he goes, well, it was the Bears. And I said, well, what about your club almost lost to the Bears? Yeah, but at first you were taunting me.
No, I wasn't taunting you.
And how could you be? How it was a big deal. You put 52 up on the Bears. Vikings barely put 27 up on the Bears. They needed a furious fourth quarter rally to do so. Then you said, just wait till you play the Ravens. Well, you know what? We just play whoever's ever up. We don't have any fear of the Ravens. We don't cower up from the Baltimore Ravens and John Harbaugh and Lamar Jackson and all the rest. We don't. Derrick Henry. We don't care. The roar's been restored. I get 5 points.
Plus 5, yeah.
Yeah, which I'm surprised that I'm kind of surprised that the Lions are actually 5-point underdogs after what they did to Chicago. In
Baltimore against Green Bay.
In Baltimore got beat by Buffalo. They couldn't stop them. Well, they couldn't stop Buffalo. How are they going to stop Detroit? Detroit has more weapons than Buffalo does. What does Buffalo have?
Well, I mean, the quarterback's a little better in Buffalo, but...
Well, who was the NFC Offensive Player of the Week last week? I think that was...
Who was the week before that?
I think it was Jared Goff. We call him the Goff father. And I don't think Josh Allen's won the... how many big games has Josh Allen been to? I'll answer.
0.
Yeah,
0.
How many has Jared Goff been to?
1.
Okay, there you go. I like Jared Goff. I like the Kitties. I think they will win. I'll take the Kitties, and I'll take those 5 points. Thank you.
Spread swing.
Well, it's too easy. I'm going to go up against you. The Ravens.
Come on in, the water's
The
warm.
Ravens
Double down.
The Ravens have the highest win percentage in home primetime games among all NFL franchises since 1970.
It doesn't mean anything.
Their two-time league MVP is 7-2 with 22 touchdown passes and 0 interceptions on Monday night games.
All right.
So
what does that have to do with what's going to happen Monday? So you think that much like when the Gophers beat the 2 California teams last year?
No, it's nothing.
But that's what you said. Well, we beat 2 California teams last year, so we'll be not. You're saying you're saying Baltimore's really successful in Monday, so that means they just have to be successful.
Well, plus
tonight.
they're better than the Lions, so they will beat the Lions.
Okay.
The Lions will be more like they were against the Packers than they were against the Bears.
All right.
So I'll be happy to give those 5 and take the Ravens on Monday Night Football. That'll be fun. Go ahead and
a lot of fun.
Spread swing.
Jaden Daniels, I believe, is not going to participate in the Washington Commanders Las Vegas Raiders game. Washington is favored by 3 at home. Even without Jaden Daniels, though, I think that the Washington Commanders, I think the point spread is dropped down accordingly because there is no Jaden Daniels. Marcus Mariota is a competent backup quarterback. I thought I remembered a time last year where Daniels went out and they still kept scoring at will in Washington. And if you're a believer in time zone change, travel, rest, it's all in Washington's favor here because if you remember, Washington played the Thursday night game last week against Green Bay. Right. The Raiders played the Monday night game. So the Raiders are going off a short week while Washington has an extended rest time. We saw how the 2 teams the week before did that played on Monday night. Chicago got destroyed in Detroit, and the Vikings didn't fare too well against Atlanta. And Vegas has to travel across the country on top of it. So I'm going to go Washington.
And that's like a 6,000 mile flight, too.
I'm going to go Washington -3 against the Las Vegas Raiders.
Ooh.
I'm playing the music right now, Deuce.
Spread swing.
Well, kind of, I must say that when, if the day eventually comes where you don't feel like working at the fan anymore, I think KinderCare could find a nice spot for you. The way you babysit my dad and Rosie, they were just arguing like children. I mean,
what do you mean? That was a legit argument.
Pretty common in the show. Yeah, but you two just always yelling at each other.
True.
It's the he said, she said. Power trip feeling like a middle school. Sometimes I feel like I'm back in a preschool classroom when I'm with you two bozos. But my game, Washington was my 3rd or 4th pick, so 10 of that might make you feel a little worse. And last week, I wanted to back the boys, and it's a good thing I didn't. Rosie sniped me there, and I ended up losing a couple points. But this week, I'm a lot more confident in backing them up. The Giants played them last week, the Cowboys, and they played him pretty tough. I don't think we had Russell Wilson and the Giants figured out. He looked like his old self But I think I've got Caleb Williams and the Bears figured out. I don't think they're any good. I thought they could be a sneaky team maybe coming out of the NFC North. But I think they're doomed for another poor season. And I don't think Dak Prescott is nearly as bad as a lot of people make him out to be. He's a rock-solid quarterback. And the Bears are going to have to handle CeeDee Lamb. He hasn't seen the playoffs, but he's going to see the end zone a few times this weekend because Chicago's without Jalen Johnson, their best corner. I think he's out for the rest of the year, and that defense isn't much to write home about. I'll take the Cowboys -1 in the Windy City of Chicago.
Both those defenses are pretty bad, though. Dallas' defense, as you saw against the Giants, they look pretty awful.
I like Dak is miles out of Caleb Williams, light years. Maybe.
Chicago's a tough guy, Tom.
Yeah, Chicago's a tough guy.
Is.
Spread swing.
Quick text message here. This one says, I'm running to Iowa faster than I'd run through a brick wall after a 10 of Vikings montage to bet on Miami. Thanks, Deuce. Wow. And then this one says, Deuce is never going to get out of the basement. The spread swing basement or Commons basement. Well, there's that. I'm gonna make a pick that it feels wrong in every way, shape, or form. My favorite teams in pro football are the Lions, the Vikings, and who's ever playing the Packers. But I'm going to take the Packers.
Yeah.
Packers giving this is how highly regarded they are. I never did get to it, Tennessee. They're one of those power rankings. After 2 weeks, as the Green Bay Packers as the number one team in pro football, and with their two results, it's hard to argue with.
They've beaten two teams everyone thought were contenders going into the season.
They're at Cleveland, but Cleveland's a terrible team in a terrible city with terrible fans in a terrible stadium. And I don't think the quarterback for Cleveland, is it Flacco still?
Yes.
I don't think he's gotten the keys from Mayfield, so he doesn't live there. So he's not as dedicated as Baker was. And I think Green Bay, when you're 2-0 and you're getting the accolades that you're feeling pretty frisky. And I think they're going to go in there and going to say, let's just keep this rolling. Let's just go in there and let's take.
Or is it a trap game?
What could be. And let's just take Cleveland out of this game. Let's not even let them think for a moment they have a chance to win. I think Green Bay is going to run it up on Cleveland and try to send a statement to the rest of the league. I think this is a pick your score. I'll take Green Bay, and I'll take Green Bay big.
Don't disagree with that one. Yeah. Well, speaking of lousy teams, you're just talking about Cleveland going in, playing at home against Green Bay. But
you're going to take Cleveland?
No. I'm going to the home team against, I think, arguably one of the lousiest teams in the NFL, the New Orleans Saints.
Oh, you sniped me.
Sniped?
Yeah. Sam Darnold. Does the name ring a bell?
Old Sam Darnold had an arm. E-I-E-I-O.
Yeah, they're at home. Their defense is pretty rugged still. They've held their opponents to exactly as many points per game as Spencer Rattler and company have managed to scrape together. So I am, Seattle's, they got that 12th man and et cetera, et cetera. It's not the greatest team they've ever had, but they're good enough to.
You like that 12th man thing, don't you?
No, I really don't. They're good enough to throttle New Orleans. They had to give up 7, which is probably more than I'd like to, but I look at that as a 13-14 type game. So I'll take the Sea Chickens minus the 7 with Sam Darnold ringing up the old quarterback rating against the Saints. Whatever happened to the Saints on Sunday afternoon?
You sniped me. I was going to take him. I think Rattler's going to get rattled.
Yeah,
that's what I think.
Now what is Tennant going to do?
Well?
Spread swing.
You're going to take Indianapolis over Tennessee.
I do have Indianapolis as my 5th pick.
Oh, okay.
I almost went back to the Superchargers again as my 4th pick, but my 3rd pick, that Philadelphia Eagles team looks like a pretty solid team to me. They're favored by 3.5 over the LA Rams. I guess I'm a big fan of the traveling teams against the traveling teams this week. LA had to play.
You're doubting Matty Ice.
They had to go east last week to take on Tennessee, go back home. Now they got to travel even further east against a Philadelphia team that looks like a big game contender to me. They're solid in the trenches. And the Rams, outdoors in the elements, they're their strength is on defense is their defensive line, but they're not going to be able to get the get off that they normally do on the road, and especially against the Philadelphia offensive line looks pretty good. So just 3.5 points. I'm going to take the Eagles in that one. Minus 3.5.
Minus 3.5.
That's it.
Heavyweight battle.
Spread swing.
Deuce, you got doubleheader action tonight on GameTimeMN.com, right?
Yeah, that's correct. Earlier this week, I had a doubleheader. It was the quintessential Carver County rivalry. It was Chanhassen and Chaska going toe-to-toe. Now I've got Eastview and Lakeville North. And those are two schools, two teams that don't like each other.
By the way, we call that a Carver County collision, is what we call that.
A Carver County collision. I like that.
So you got Rosemount and what, Lakeville South?
Eastview and Lakeville North.
All right, and you've got both the girls and the boys, right?
That's correct. Boys, I believe, are at 7. Girls are 5. I think the girls are first.
I will say,
should be some good action.
Here's what I'll tell you. Those 4 soccer teams will combine for more points than the Dolphins will score against the Bills tonight.
Probably will.
And I can guarantee you that. All right, Deuce, I'll be listening to you tonight on GameTimeMN.com, and I'll see you when you get home. And then we're doing the fights tomorrow night.
Yeah, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks for having me, guys. I appreciate it.
All right, thanks, Deuce. Appreciate that. That's Deuce, my firstborn. I was going to say newborn. Sometimes he acts like a baby, but that's another thing in itself. We'll take a break, come back with more. It's the Common Man program with Common, 10 B and Mark Rosen here on The Fan.